How's it going today, guys? My name is JSP, or It's Pickled Joe. I haven't made a video on this channel in, 3 years, right? I probably look a lot different now than I did 3 years ago. I've grown up a lot. I've moved to Colorado. I have a fiance now. But my love for comics never really went away. It's kind of like Fluttered, where I'm into football, and then I'm into comics, and then I'm into guns. I got really into guns last year, and I still am. But my love for comics never really wavered. I go to Comic-Con every single year. I go to some of the smaller Comic-Cons in the Colorado area, and yeah, so I just wanted to, I guess, come back on here and just show you what I've been collecting, because my collection has changed a lot in the last couple of years. So obviously I'm still collecting X-Men. I have some expensive books. I have some really, really cool books that I've wanted. I even have a Funko Pop. I got some signed figures. I got some signed books that I just kind of wanted to show you what I've been kind of up to, because I just left this channel in the dark. I don't even know if anyone's going to even watch this, but I've been kind of thinking about it lately, where I'm just like, yeah, I kind of want to make another video on this channel and just show you what I've been up to, what I've been collecting and stuff like that. I'm still not really into the modern comics. It's just not who I've been. I love the vintage. I love the older comics. That's just me. I'm not really into the modern stuff. Now, I am kind of a hypocrite, because I did pick up an Absolute Batman #1, and it's just because I read it online and I thought it was a really good book. So that's the reason I got it. And I wanted to get in before the huge craze, because even if that book goes up and down, I don't really care. I just wanted a first print cover A of Absolute Batman. So does everyone else in the world, apparently. But anyway, I will start. I have a stack of slabs here, which, again, if you know me, I am not a slab guy. I only buy slabs for certain books. Only certain books. I have a whole short box of my collection, my personal collection, and then I have a long box of my X-Men collection. And then I have probably 4 or 5 short boxes just of $5, $10 books or less. Maybe $20 books in there. But this is my personal collection that I collect these for a reason. So this might be a little bit of a longer video. If you guys want to skip through, that's fine. But if you guys just wanted to hang out and I'll just kind of show off my collection, that's fine. Hold on. I'll be right back. I totally forgot I left the TV on. I'm currently watching the Broncos AFC Championship game, and it is pouring snow right now. So hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me at least mute this or turn it down. All right. I totally forgot. I apologize about that. So, okay. I am back. The first thing I'm going to show you is not a comic book, but it is very, very comic book related. So this first thing is a Funko Pop signed by Ryan Ottley. He did the artwork on the Invincible series. I read Invincible maybe about 1 year, 2 years ago. I read Invincible, and it's one of my favorite comic books ever. The show is absolutely amazing. I got it on the Bloody Omni-Man. I'm not a huge Funko Pop collector, but I didn't really have anything amazing for Ryan Ottley to sign, and I wanted him to sign something. So I got that signed and another Battle Beast comic book signed by him. So because I collect Invincible, but I don't have any of the issues where I would maybe want a signature on there, like Invincible 19, the first appearance of Battle Beast, or obviously Invincible #1, or I can't remember the issue, but I think it's 117 or 115, with that iconic green and purple or pink Battle Beast cover. You know exactly what I'm talking about if you look it up. So I'll probably save these slabs for last, because that is kind of, it's the meat and potatoes. I have some really good stuff. Some of these are my personal grails that I don't think I'll ever get rid of unless I find a upgrade to them. So let me start with these. These are kind of my highlights of my X-Men collection. Like I said, I have a long box of X-Men in my closet that is just, I probably have 400 issues of X-Men in there. And these are my grails in that. So in that collection. So I just pulled out 4 comics just out of the blue, but I have pretty much almost every issue from number 4 and above. I think I'm missing like a pretty big gap where I think I'm missing like 40 through 60. But other than that, after about 60, there's not as many holes in the collection. It's pretty much from 60 and up. It's pretty much a full collection. There's some fillers in there that I don't have yet that I'm still trying to get in there. But so let me start. First one I wanted to show off was X-Men number 100. I bought this at Mile High Comics. I'm sure everyone out there has heard of this place. I live in Colorado now, so I go there maybe once or twice a year. They do have ridiculous prices, I'm not going to lie, but I think they gave this to me for half off. So I think their asking price was like $500 or something like that. And this is a very nice copy. This is a very fine copy, if not better than that. There is a couple of spine ticks, but other than that, this thing is beautiful. This thing is beautiful, and it was half off, and I couldn't pass that up. So my next one you probably have seen already. It is pretty low grade. It is probably a 2 or a 3, which is X-Men number 12, which is the first appearance of Juggernaut. This is a beautiful comic book, and I mean, it's pretty low grade. It has creases everywhere. It is attached, but still couldn't pass it up. It is not missing a page. It is not missing anything in the corners. It's just, it's been read through. You know, it's been loved. But that is another one. This is another one that I did get at Mile High Comics. Again, it was half off. I think their asking price was between $300 and $400. I can't remember. I got this about 2 years ago or something like that. But again, a very, very nice copy of this. The only thing that is really that bad is maybe this corner right here. There's a little chip missing out of there. But again, another beautiful comic book. And I really wanted to add it to my X-Men collection. And then the prize, in my opinion, the prize in my X-Men collection is probably this one here. So this one is X-Men number 4. It is probably between a 3 and a 4, somewhere in between there. This is the first appearance of Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, and the 4th appearance of the X-Men and Magneto. So, absolutely beautiful. I bought this on Instagram. I paid it off. Obviously, I'm not like a rich man, but I paid it off, and I'm glad I got it because this was, again, probably about 2 years ago that I got this now. And it's one of my favorite X-Men covers and comics of all time. I love this cover with the evil mutants on there. So, but anyway, let me put this right here, and I'll open up this box. I'm just I'm going to go over the highlights. I'm not going to go over every single box or every single comic in this box. But gotta put my personal collection in the nice storage, you know. So let me see what we got here. Let me see. I'll just take out like a stack. So this is just my personal collection. Not all of these are valuable or anything. So this one is pretty common. It's technically the very first appearance, or the first preview of Spider-Man 2099. I just like that book. It's not anything special. She-Hulk number 1. This book has plummeted since COVID with every book. But I think it was not only just COVID, it was more of the show not being very good. A lot of people really did not like the show. But I kept this one because it's pretty high grade. It's probably in the 9s. It's probably at least a 9.2 or better. Not a lot of discoloration, not a lot of spine ticks. So that's why I kept this one. So I really liked that one. First appearance of Gamora, which is Warlock 180. Really liked this. I like Gamora as a character. I wanted to collect all of the first appearance of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm still working on First Rocket, which I really want. And then I also really want First Jeff the Shark, because I'm a very big gamer, and I love Marvel Rivals, and I've wanted to collect his for a while. So that I'll be probably looking for that at Denver Fan Expo. So this one is just a very nice copy of Marvel or Moon Knight #1. So that's just what I got. I got this one at last year's Comic-Con, and I just really liked the cover, so I kept that in my personal collection. This one is first appearance of Elektra. I think everybody knows that. Again, a very, very nice copy of why I collected that one in the nice Mylar, as you can see. It's probably a 9.0 or better. It's probably not a 9.8. There's a couple of defects on it, but it's a nice one, dude. I cannot remember how much I paid for that, but I think I paid maybe 100 or 150 or something like that. That is a very nice comic. I don't know why that's in there, but it's in my personal collection. I do have to explain these next two just because you guys probably won't know what this is. These are just Green Arrow comics. As a kid growing up, I really liked the Arrow show. I really liked Stephen Amell playing the Green Arrow, Oliver Queen. Growing up, me and my parents really liked watching the Arrow TV show on CW together. And Chicago Comic-Con I went to for the first time when I was 12. And these are the first comic books that I ever got when I was 12. So these will forever stay in my comic book collection, even though they're probably worth not even 50 cents. But they're the first comic books I ever got, and I think I paid maybe $1 for both at Comic-Con when I was 12 years old in Chicago, because that's where I grew up. I grew up in Illinois. So, but that's the story with that. This is Post Malone's Big Rig comic book. I got this for free at Post Malone's concert this summer. So we went to Post Malone. He did a tour with Jelly Roll, and he had comic books for free. So that is also why that's in my personal collection. I love mutants. Obviously, I'm a big X-Men guy. I love mutants. First appearance of Psylocke. Again, first appearance of Omega Red. Big mutant fan. So this is in my personal collection because I thought this was going to be a big book one day. I collected all of them, all the Young Avengers, all their first appearances, and I thought it was going to be a big book one day. That was just me being dumb 5 years ago when I got into comic books during COVID, just like a lot of other people. I never fell out of it, though. Like, I'm still into comics to this day, but I was just dumb spending money on speculation. And that's just not who I am anymore. I don't speculate anymore. I mean, everyone does every once in a while. But I'm not that person that'll spend a bunch of money on books that I don't care about just because I think they're going to be big one day. That's just not me anymore. Obviously, I'll admit that I was dumb, and that's why I got into comics, because I saw the money in it. But I was a 20-year-old idiot. Now I'm 26. And I've completely changed. And obviously, I still buy comics because I think they're going to be big. This is first Yelena Belova. I thought that was going to be a big one too. But I still love all these books. I'm not planning on getting rid of them. And it's not because I lost value. It's because I love having them in my collection. That's really it. So I promise it'll get better by the time we get back here. So hold on. Hold your horses. Let me pull another stack out of there. So here. All right, another very decent book. There is a small tear on the top right here, but first appearance of, I believe, Jessica Carpenter, or whatever her name is. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked into this book, but it's the first appearance of Spider-Woman, which is really cool. And it's in a very nice grade. Unfortunately, there's a tear, like a very slight tear on the top right, so it probably brings it to like maybe an 8.0 or 7.0 or something like that. Again, back in the day, I thought Adam Warlock was going to be a big character, and I still like Adam Warlock. I think he's really cool. The stuff that I've read about Adam Warlock has been awesome. He's a very cool character, and again, I play Marvel Rivals. I love him in that game, so I wanted to. I got this book before Marvel Rivals even came out, but I'm a huge gamer. Love Adam Warlock. He's a very cool character. First appearance of Cletus Cassidy. That one's really cool. Darkhawk #1. Everyone likes some Darkhawk #1. Now here's a big one. I don't know if I've ever showed this to you on this channel because I think I got it like a year or two ago. But first appearance of Harley Quinn. It does have a couple of spine ticks. They are not color breaking though. There might be one color breaking one right there. I had this at like a 9.0 or 9.2. But first appearance of Harley Quinn is huge, and I love these type of books. So everyone knows this one. First appearance, first print of Carnage. Love that book. I actually forgot that was even in my collection. I don't know why. But same thing, very high grade. First appearance of Gambit. First appearance. I flipped through it. He appears in probably 10 to 15 panels or something like that. So I understand why people consider this his first appearance. But I'm biased. I like the other cover way better. So first Spawn, everyone has to have at least one of these in their personal collection, obviously. First Power Girl, I forgot this was in my collection, honestly. Everyone loves Power Girl. If you're a straight guy, you love the big boobies. So you got to have this book. I bought this at, I can't remember if it was Comic-Con or Denver, like the big Comic-Con, or if it was a smaller con. I cannot remember because I go to those smaller cons sometimes. Like one of them was held in a hotel room, or not a hotel room, but like a hotel lobby about a year ago that I went to. But this is one of my favorite covers ever. I love this cover. This cover is absolutely beautiful. It is amazing. So I don't even collect Aquaman. I barely even collect DC comics, but I love this cover so much, and that's the only reason I got it. And I think I paid like $30 for it or something like that. Not the highest grade, but absolutely such a beautiful cover. I found this at a flea market. I think it was a flea market in my area. I paid maybe $50 for it. That's the first appearance of Moondragon. That one's really cool. So, New Gods #1. New Gods #1. You never know. I mean, it's just a classic. ASM 194, first appearance of Black Cat. I love this cover. I love the black. I love Black Cat, and I'm really hoping she's in the new movie. One of my favorite covers ever. This is the best Spider-Man cover I've ever seen. I'm sorry about the glare. I know it's glaring. Let me see if this will maybe be better. Is that better? Or can you not even see anymore? No, that's not better. Let's see. Is that better? Maybe a little bit. But anyway, really high grade. Has the potential for 9.8. I'm just not a grader. I don't get things graded. This has the potential to be a 9.8. But I love seeing it raw. I've looked up and down this book. I don't see a single defect on this entire book. I love this book. Love this book. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this. But I also don't think I'll ever get it graded. I know for a fact I got this at that smaller convention that I went to. Very high grade besides #4. But I bought this because I thought that Frank Miller was supposed to be at my Denver Comic-Con, and I wanted to get all 4 of them signed by Frank Miller, but he canceled last minute. Very high grade, possibly a 9.6, especially on this first one. I don't see any defects on this thing. There's no spine ticks, nothing. I love this book and how clean it is. I'm glad that I bought it. I think I paid like $160 for all 4 of those books, and I was going to get them all signed by Frank Miller, but he canceled last minute at Denver Comic-Con, which really, really disappointed me. So let me put, whoops, don't do that. Let me put these back and pull out another stack because we're not even halfway through this short box yet. So let's see, hold on. Sorry, this is a longer video, and I probably will just have it unedited and just upload it like this. I am just recording on my phone, but I wanted to just give a little update to everyone that I'm doing good. me see that. So hold on. Okay, here we go. Here's the meat and potatoes. Here's the meat and potatoes. All right. Let's see. Am I missing something? No. Let me pull out some other ones out of here. Okay. All right. We'll do the top loaders next. So, okay. All right. Next one, Invincible. This is signed by Ryan Ottley, as you can see right there. Signed by Ryan Ottley. And this is not, I believe it's a reprint. It's a lenticular, or not lenticular, but it's a reprint of Invincible number 19. All I wanted was his signature, and it's already made it so much more valuable. But that's not like I said, not the reason why I get that stuff. That was last year's Comic-Con. I'm not one of those flippers that gets his signature and then sells it the next day. That's not me. So, anyway. First appearance of Sam Wilson, Falcon. Very nice book to have. He is the Captain America now in the MCU, if that's what you want to call it, I guess. I didn't really like his movie. It's not because he's not Steve Rogers, you know. It's just because I didn't like his movie. And I'm not the only one. A lot of people didn't like his movie. Anyway, Fantastic Four, number 52. I did get this at a small con. I paid about $300 for it. It is probably between a 3 and a 4. It's not in amazing condition, but it's the first appearance of Black Panther. I love that they gave him a cape. He first appeared with a cape. Why are we not giving him a cape? I love that he had a cape. Anyway, The Boys number 1, classic. Boys number 1. I love the show. You got a Billy Butcher, you know, Huey, Frenchie, all of them. Mother's Milk. I love that show, and I've become a huge fan because of the show. The Boys number 2. I've been collecting a lot of them, so they're not in order. So I'm just going to go in order. My Fantastic Four collection, number 40, and here's the meat and potatoes, all right? Fantastic Four, number 48, the first appearance and cameo of, or the first appearance of Silver Surfer and cameo of Galactus. I love this book. This is probably about a 6.0, maybe even higher. It is in nice condition for what I can afford, okay? I'm not some rich dealer. I just collect for the love of the game. And I spend my own money on it. But my God, I love Silver Surfer. I love the Fantastic Four. I loved the new movie. I gave it like an 8.5 out of 10. I actually loved Superman a little bit more, which was surprised me out of anyone. I love Superman more between this and Superman. I like Superman more. But anyway, we're not talking about Superman. Silver Surfer, love this book. Now, this next one, I love even more because he's actually on the cover. Fantastic Four, number 49. First full appearance and second appearance of Silver Surfer. First full appearance of Galactus. Now, this is probably mid-grade. Maybe a 5.0, maybe a 6.0 if I'm lucky. It is a very nice copy. Very nice. The only thing is, you probably can't see it on camera, but they folded this comic. And it slightly breaks color through the entire middle of the book. But other than that, both edges are beautiful. The spine has very little ticks. I love this book, and I'm so glad to have this in my collection. This is such a beautiful cover. Just absolutely beautiful. I'm going to skip a couple of these. Second appearance of Black Panther. Third appearance of Black Panther. First cameo appearance of him, Adam Warlock. Classic Galactus cover, love that. First appearance of Franklin Richards. That is really cool. He's going to be, well, he technically was in the new movie as a baby, but I think he's going to be a kid or an adult in Avengers Doomsday. And then I bought this at a Comic-Con or a comic shop in Boulder, Colorado. I'm not from there, or I don't live there, but I went there for it. I think I was just on my lunch or something, and I drove to a comic shop in Boulder, Colorado. So this is the Hulk 182, the second full appearance of Wolverine. So this is a nice copy, and let me explain this to you. So this was a bundle. I'll show you in a second, but this was a bundle. This was the only comic that was a nice grade and had the Marvel value stamp, unfortunately. So let me show you what's next. Hulk number 180, and this unfortunately is missing an entire page. It is an advertisement page. It is the page with the Marvel value stamp. I believe I did some research on this, so it would not get the green label. It would still get the blue label, but it would probably grade a 0.5 because it's missing a page, but it doesn't affect story. So this is low grade, but still the first appearance, or some people say this is the first appearance of Wolverine, but some people say it's the first cameo of Wolverine. So that is amazing. Now, I didn't pull out the Hulk 181 on purpose. So let me go find that, because technically it is in that bundle. So this same thing, unfortunately, with the Hulk 180. This is Hulk 181, the first full appearance of Wolverine, or just first appearance of Wolverine, in a 0.5. Unfortunately, it's not only missing the Marvel value stamp, it's missing that entire page. So what I think happened was some kid or someone ripped out the page to cut it out, because it would be a little easier to cut out than just cutting it out with the page still in the book. So unfortunately, it's missing an entire page. Again, I believe, at least, I don't know 100%, I believe it does not affect story, so it would still get the blue label and not the green label, but it would grade a 0.5. I've looked it up. A 0.5 in this for Hulk 181 is still like, it can be up to $1,000. And guess what? For all 3 of these at a comic shop in Boulder, guess how much I paid? Some of these, especially this one sometimes, even at a 0.5 in low grade, can sell for $600. I paid $500 for all 3, including Hulk 181. So, and I think I actually negotiated down. So I don't think I paid $500. I think I paid maybe close to $400. But that was about 2 years ago that I spent that much money on that. So I couldn't pass that up. And he said he put that on the shelf like 2 days ago, and he said it's probably not going to be on the shelf for very much longer. And I believed him, because I'm a huge fan, and I've never had a Hulk 181. I've never had any of those 3 books, actually. And for $500, he was fully transparent. And he let me flip through the books. And he said, it's missing the pages, it's missing the Marvel value stamp, but if you want to do it, I'll probably do like $450 or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, I'm so glad, even in that grade, I'm so glad to have those in my comic collection. Me, 5, 6, 10 years ago, I would have never, ever thought that would ever be in my collection, and it is. So, Superman number 1, Breaking of the Chains, or Superman, number 1. Breaking of the Chains, just really like that comic cover. That's just some filler Fantastic Four. And then let's get to these top loaders. Alrighty. Get to the top loaders. Let me put these back. All right. Here are my top loaders. So these are the comics that are maybe not the most valuable to you guys, but they're pretty valuable to me. So, The Boys number 3. This is the first appearance of Homelander. The first ever appearance of Homelander, if you can see that. He is right there. And this is signed right there by Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander in the show. So, I'm never selling this book. It was a weird situation how I got it. It's a good story on how I got it. I was an idiot, and I didn't think to pay for his signature in advance because, if you've ever been to a Comic-Con, you can, for certain celebrities, you can just walk right up and pay them to sign anything, really. But this wasn't the case. His signatures or his meetings or whatever sold out apparently days ago or days before, and I didn't have access to get in line to get anything signed. One of my friends who I didn't know, one of my friends had a friend that I didn't know, and they had like 7 or 8 books for him to sign, and I gave him my comic, and he said, "Hey, just give it to me," and he just put it in between his comics that he paid for to get signed, and I think Anthony Starr was just in a rhythm, and he just started signing books, even though they didn't check see if it was paid for. So I got that signature for completely free. I don't know how legal that is, but that's just how it went down. But anyway, so these are a lot of like personal books. So Halo, Uprising. I've never read this. I saw this at a con, and I love Steve Downes. He's the voice actor for Master Chief, and I got him to sign it. So that was really cool. I believe he signed something else for me too, but I can't remember. Another small comic convention. This was Rocky Mountain Comic Convention, I believe, here in Colorado. This was Sam De La Rosa. He signed it for me. He signed it and remarked it for me. He sketched it right there. Very, very, very cool. I really like this. And he charged me like $30 too, for a signature and a remark. So really cool. Look at that right there. Sam De La Rosa, again, not ever leaving my collection. I don't know why this is in a top loader, but it just is. And then same with this one. I don't know why. And then this one too. This is the first appearance of Red Sonja, Watchmen #1, and then Brother Voodoo. Avengers, I don't know why that is too. I don't know. Some of these I'm like, that fits, so I'm gonna put it in there. And then first appearance of Silk, which I still believe in. I still believe Silk will be in the MCU, or she'll be in the video games. First Black Adam. Unfortunately, I just love Adam Warlock, like I said. Unfortunately, this book has come down a lot, but I'm not selling that. So first Shang-Chi, and then that classic cover for Todd McFarlane. I had one of these a couple of years ago that was a pretty high grade, but it was signed by Todd McFarlane, not on the front, on the cover. It was signed on the front cover, or oh my God, I can't speak. The inside cover. It was signed in here instead of on the actual cover itself. So, but I don't have that anymore. I sold that a couple of years ago. I just wanted to maybe brag about it. So, but anyway, those are not all of my good comics, but it's just kind of what I have for right now. I have a couple more just kind of sitting around, but nothing like too amazing. So, but I'm going to go through that, and I'll probably have some more because Denver Comic-Con is in May, which is in about 3 months. So those are my X-Men comics. And then let's go through the CGC comics, the graded comics. I will save that one for last. You probably just saw what it was. Yeah, you definitely did. But I'm going to skip a couple because I want to save those for last. So Redneck #1, I just won this on Instagram for free. It is signed by Donny Cates, which was just cool. But I got it for free. It was a free giveaway, and it's a 9.4 signed by Donny Cates. This was picked up by Netflix, I thought, to make a Redneck TV show, but it fell through or something. But still, very, very cool. Signed by Donny Cates. I've never had anything signed by Donny Cates. So I'll put that there. I guess I'll start here. So New Mutants 98, first appearance of Deadpool. I've had this thing for 5 years now. I got it graded myself, and it came back a 9.4. The only thing is, I actually haven't even checked, but the only thing I can maybe see is one spine tick, and that's it. And it's not even color breaking, so I don't know why that's a 9.4. But this book has steadily kind of stayed the same over the last 5 years. X-Men number 2 is one of my oldest books that I have in my entire collection. Second appearance of the X-Men and first appearance of the Vanisher. Very, very cool. It has its issues, but it also presents so well. It's hard to see with the glare, but maybe I can take it out of this. But look at that. Look at that. I love it. It's a 4.5, but I still paid, I think, like $600 or $700 for this thing. And it's just the second appearance of the X-Men. It's the closest I can get to a first appearance of the X-Men without breaking the bank. And I don't plan on breaking the bank, you know. I don't think, and I would have said this, I would have said I wouldn't have ever gotten one of these 5 years ago. But I'll say it again, I don't think I'll ever own an X-Men number 1 in my entire lifetime. But at the same time, one of these next books I'm going to show you is something I never thought I would own, even a couple of years ago. So X-Men number 50, I love this cover. This cover is one of my favorite covers in the entire run. The last X-Men Standing, the Neil Adams cover, I have it. It's in the back, but it's that's one of my favorite covers too. It's just absolutely amazing. The first appearance of Dr. Polaris, just beautiful, beautiful comic. And it's the first time they show off this new X-Men logo. Not that I don't hate the old X-Men logo, or not that I do hate the X-Men logo, but I just love this new X-Men logo. So, but anyway, so, and then first appearance of Rogue in a 9.0. I've wanted an upgrade for a while. I just haven't spent any time or money to upgrade it yet, but I will eventually upgrade that because I don't like the 9.0. And then here is kind of my two biggest jewels in this whole collection. These are like my two biggest things that I think I have in my collection. Not just most expensive, but in my opinion, the two biggest things that I have in my collection. So I'll start with this one, the less expensive one. It is a first appearance of Venom in a 9.2, which is ASM 300. Always loved this cover. I had about maybe a 6.0 before this one, and I upgraded it. I cannot remember where I even got this from. I think I bought it off of Instagram on one of my reliable sellers on Instagram. He had a 9.2. I sold the old one, put that money towards this, and paid it off in about a month or something like that. Because my guy, he trusts me, and I trust him. We do payment plans and stuff like that. So I paid like $650 or something like this. This unfortunately has gone down a little bit, but I'm not planning on selling it. This is a forever book unless I find an upgrade, which I don't think I will. I'm satisfied with the 9.2 for a little while. So, all right. Last comic that I am going to show off for right now. It is a book that I've wanted for a very long time. It is a book that looks like it was graded in the early 2010s, and I think I'm going to get it reholdered. But it's one of my prized jewels since I can't afford an X-Men number 1, but I can afford a giant size X-Men number 1. This is absolutely beautiful. It is in a 4.0. I know it's kind of hard to see, but it's in a 4.0. It's in one of these older CGC holders or slabs, but I think I'm going to get it reholdered. But I'm afraid that if I get it reholdered, that it will drop in a grade, but I shouldn't be, because I'd rather have it more protected. But at the same time, like, I don't care as much as some people do. But I like the look of the newer slabs than the older slabs. You can see how that looks, and they're also, this one's thicker than this one. So, and you can tell these are way better than, like, this feels cheap. You know what I mean? This old holder feels cheap. So I think I'm going to get reholdered, but Holy crap, dude. First appearance of Storm, first appearance of Colossus, Nightcrawler, Thunderbird, second appearance of Wolverine. I'm still at a loss for words that I own this. I still cannot believe that I own this. I bought this maybe about a year ago, maybe a little longer than that, but this thing can get pressed and cleaned, and it might be able to get a 5, maybe a 5.0. Like I'm not kidding. Like the back, it's pretty wavy. There's some creases back here that definitely could get pressed out. There's some places that you can clean. I love this book. I love this book. Sometimes I stare at it and I'm just like, this is in my possession. I paid a lot of money for this, okay? I know it's a 4.0, and I know a lot of people can afford way more than a 4.0, but in my terms, I'm not saying I'm poor, but I'm not rich. In my terms, from my fiance is pissed that I even bought this because it's way too much money that I should have been spending, but it was the same guy that I bought this from, so he took a deal. He did the payment plan, and I paid it off, I think, in like 4 months or something like that. Because I can't spend a lot of money on comics, just like, here's $1,400. I didn't pay that much, but here's $1,400. I'm just throwing out an example. I can't do that. I don't have that type of money. So I think I paid him like $150 every couple weeks or every week, and it just eventually paid it off over time. So I did the same thing with this book. I think it was a different seller, but I did the same thing with this book. This book was not cheap. I think it was a little bit more than $1,000, and it was totally worth it. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are still watching, I know this was a long video, but I kind of wanted to just go over what I've been kind of doing, what I've been collecting, and my collection clearly has changed over the last, several years. I am still collecting. Right now I'm collecting, obviously, still X-Men, Fantastic Four, Absolute Batman, stuff like that. So, and then The Boys, Invincible, stuff like that. So, but other than that, that's really it. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've become a huge Bears fan. This is my setup right here. All of that. So, I mean, not become a huge Bears fan. I've been a huge Bears fan my whole team, but this season has just been amazing. So, but let me know what you guys are thinking in the comment section below. I might start uploading some more, so we'll see. But you guys have a good one. I will talk to you guys soon.